Welcome to another edition of the Quicksilva Show. We call this Who Is. And today, when I say Who Is, I'm talking none other than the legendary DJ Kenny K, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a round of applause. Air horn. Oh, how you been, brother? Good. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. If somebody was to ask you, who is DJ Kenny K, how would you answer it?
That's a DJ, father. That's it.
But you're not just a DJ. And I'm gonna tell you what I love about Kenny K. And if you can't tell already, he's always been a man of few words.
Yeah, I don't talk a lot.
He's not a big talk. He's the definition when you hear people back in the day say DJs talk with their hands. Like they talking about DJ Kenny K. Like he's a guy that he doesn't do a bunch of interviews. No. He's not the guy at the party that's on the mic shouting out your birthday. He's not the guy on the radio. He's the guy that's playing the music. But even though you've been a man of few words, your presence has always been felt. I'm gonna take it back to day one, and I've told you this story before. But for anybody who's just tuned into the Quicksilva Show, how I heard about Kenny K, I had to have been maybe 12 or 13, maybe. And I'd already been DJing for like a year or two. And my cousin Herbie from Forest Heights, I remember when I first started taking DJing seriously, his thing was, man, you all right, but you ain't no Kenny K. You ain't no Kid Concrete. I mean, when I say I heard this, every time he would see me, the first thing he'd be like, Kenny K dog you, man. Kid Concrete, they'll dog you. So I'm like, man, whatever. He like, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna be good until you be better than Kenny K, cause he a dog. I'm like, I don't even know who this is. Like, I'm 12 years old, hearing Kenny K dog you, and that was my introduction to finding out who Kenny K was. So fast forward, I remember, I can't remember what year it was, but it had to be around 94, 95, because I was in Indigo. You were one of the first DJs that I heard really play hip hop like that. Back in, if anybody don't know, both of us are originally from Baltimore, born and raised, and in the 80s and 90s, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was all club music.
It was all club music.
Like DJs back then, you might have got what we call a hip hop set.
That's all it was.
The hip hop set, and the hip hop set was no more than,
15 minutes to half hour.
Right, and that's giving it a stretch. Yeah. So like I say, back in the 90s in Baltimore, we were a club music city.
Yes.
Where if you were lucky, you would get what we call a hip hop set, and it was no longer than what?
15 minutes to a half hour.
And that's a stretch.
Yeah.
So I remember being at Club Indigo, and I want to say they booked Mr. Cheeks to host that party or perform. But anyhow, I remember coming in there and Kenny K was playing hip hop. So in my mind, I'm thinking he's doing a hip hop set. An hour goes by and Kenny K still playing hip hop. Yep. And I'm like, how was he able to play hip hop this long and make people have fun? Do you credit yourself with being one of the first DJs in Baltimore to really play hip hop like that in the clubs?
Not the first, but yeah, around the first.
Who would you say the first was? If you
in the club?
Consistently, not doing a hip hop set for 10 minutes. I mean, I
don't know who was doing it longer than that. But yeah, I was one of the first, but I wasn't the first though. I'm one of the first. I'm gonna argue and say you was the first because I don't know anybody. And I know somebody gonna watch it, but they're gonna put in the comments somebody else. Yeah. I honestly don't know who before Kenny K was really playing hip hop like that in the club on a consistent basis. Yeah. I was one of the first.
What made you gravitate towards hip hop and not playing club at a point where it was a club music city?
That's what I started out playing. It was hip hop. So I grew up on WEBB and B103. It was mostly hip hop.
Got you.
Club music. So
did you ever play club music like that back then?
Not like that, but I did, but not really like that.
So you was
strictly hip hop and R&B.
Got you. And then you were notorious for your mixtapes.
Yes.
What year did you start putting your mixtapes out?
When I was in high school. Actually, I started selling mixtapes in 87, 88.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started doing mixtapes in 87, 88.
Did you have any idea your mixtape would have such an impact in the hood?
Nope. It was me and Concrete.
Yep. Yeah. And that's all I heard. Kenny K, Kid Concrete.
Yep. Me and Concrete.
And then, of course, and I'll say this. Let me figure out how to say this without us ever incriminating ourselves on any podcast or anything. At that point, you still were kind of in the streets too.
Yes.
And that's why when I was talking to my cousin Herbie, like, yo, you know, the reason why people gravitated so much towards Kenny wasn't just because he was a DJ. He was one of us.
Yeah.
How were you able to transition from that life into saying, I really want to take DJing serious?
Oh, I think it was after one of my friends got, you know, locked up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we left Booby House, and one of my friends got locked up, and I said, I need to start taking this serious.
Yeah.
Or else I'm going to go down too.
Yeah. And I always say, people always think that I'm smarter than the program.
No.
And 99.9% of people who live the street life, unfortunately, end up in the box or in the box.
Yes.
And if you don't know what that is, that's either dead or in jail. Once again, if you just tuned in, we're talking to DJ Kenny K. Now, Kenny K comes out in the 80s, putting out mixtapes. The 90s come. Now you're on the club scene. What club do you credit as being like the club that made DJ Kenny K Kenny K? Like,
definitely Volcanoes.
What night was that?
Silver Shadows. Volcanoes had to have been 93 to 95. Yeah, from 93 to like 95.
And Silver Shadows was when?
After that, what year was out Silver Shadows? 97, 99? I can't remember. Yeah, it was Silver Shadows after that, but definitely Volcanoes. Like, that was my first club.
Who else was there with you at Volcanoes? Because I'm not even old enough to, like, I remember hearing about Volcanoes, but I've never been to Volcanoes.
By myself. It was I was down with Wednesdays, I think. Yeah. It was just me.
Nobody on the mic?
Miss Tony used to come on the mic. Yeah. That's and K Life.
Got you. And that's crazy how Miss Tony or Big Tony, whatever we call it,
Big Tony.
How they have transitioned from generations. Yeah. Because Big Tony was also on the mic with me at Club Indigo.
Yeah, that's why I never really talked, because I always had a,
right.
Miss Tony, K Life, Conan.
Yep. K Life was my host when I was at Trilogies.
Yeah.
So Big Tony was at Indigo with, it was Big Tony, Lil E from North Along on the mic, and then of course K Life was on the mic at Trilogies. Yeah. Now fast forward, at what year did Kenny K start doing radio?
98.
98.
I got on in 1998. Tons got hurt, so Reggie asked me to.
That's when he got in the motorcycle accident. I remember that.
Reggie asked me to fill in for Tons for a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. Then weeks turned into a year, so and that's how I got on in 98.
And you played on 92Q from 98 until what? Because right now you're currently on Magic.
2003.
And then
like 2003.
And then how'd you end up on Magic?
I asked to go over to Magic because I was getting older, and I said I want to go over to Magic. First, I was doing both. I was doing the Q and Magic.
Right.
I was doing the Q on Thursday nights, and I was doing Magic during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just said I wanted to do Magic.
Were you afraid at that point that you going over to Magic would make Kenny K feel like the old head DJ?
Not at all. Not at all. Because I knew that I was getting older anyway. So yeah, it ain't bothering me at all.
Now, recently, and I'm gonna jump all around here. Recently, you just won the Baltimore Crown's Living Legend. How do you want to word it? But a Living Legend award. Definitely give you another round of applause for that. Take me through the moment when you realized that you were being. If y'all can't tell, I think he got on the stage and said, "Thank y'all."
I did because I didn't know. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't know that Mike was going to be the one. So him and Marcy. They surprised me. So
right now, for those who know, he's talking about DJ Mike Crosby. If you have not watched our episode of Who Is Mike Crosby, I encourage you to go back on the podcast and just click the videos tab and watch that amazing interview. But I'm glad you brought up Mike Crosby. Like I say, y'all are, I look at y'all now as not even just friends, business partners. How did you and Mike become so close?
We met 90, 89 or 90, and we just talked one day, and then we kept talking, and we was like, yo, let's do this together. Right. We've been doing it together since 98. I mean, since like 89, 90.
It's and correct me if I'm wrong, and I feel like I should have asked Mike this when he's on the podcast. I remember hearing, and once again, back then there was no social media or anything like that. So I remember hearing that like Mike and Kenny were super close, and at one point they weren't close. Then they became close again. Mm-hmm. Like, was y'all ever not close?
Yeah, we had our ups and downs. Yeah, it's been a long time. So yeah, brothers fight and brothers go through stuff. So yeah, we weren't close for maybe 6 months to a year, but
right. Yeah. One thing that he said that was dope, and I really commend you for this. He said that whatever went through, whatever y'all were going through at the moment where y'all weren't close, he said you reached out to him.
Yeah.
What made you as a man say, you know what, let me reach out to Mike Crosby and see if we can squash this?
Somebody came to me and said, you know, y'all been through so much together and y'all way better than that. Mm-hmm. So why don't y'all just talk? And we talked, and it was like, it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Whatever we had a problem with, it was nothing.
And that's so commendable, and I'm prayerful somebody watches this, because people don't realize 90% of beefs can end if men
just talk.
Sit down and talk. The problem is our egos getting away, and then the other people getting our ears. Yep. So it's your homeboy in your neighborhood saying, fuck him, Ken, fuck him, Mike. And then
that's what happened. The
battery getting your back, and now somebody end up in jail saying, damn, you know, I wouldn't be sitting here if we would have just had a conversation. Yep. I'm glad that conversation happened, because fast forward, like I say, Mike and Kenny are brothers, business partners. Y'all have the store. Y'all still got the store at Security Boulevard? I'm a Security Mall. And what's the name of the store again?
M&K Music Warehouse.
What made y'all come up with that?
Because we met in the record store. So we kept saying,
what record store was it?
Metro.
Yeah,
we met in the record store. So we said, one of these days, you know, man, you know, we're gonna do our own store. We did it.
That's super.
We didn't think it was gonna last this long.
Right. How long has it been open now?
10 years.
That's crazy. Another round of applause, man, because people don't realize black-owned businesses, a lot of times, I'll just be honest, they don't last. Yep. And the fact that y'all been around for a decade is definitely commendable. Now, Kenny K, DJ, father, entrepreneur, do you feel like ever you not being as, I don't word this, you not being as vocal, or you not being as a host or anything has ever pigeonholed your career from becoming bigger?
It probably has, but I'm fine with it. Like, I don't mind not, you know, being, you know, vocal. So it probably has, but
you never wanted to like talk to the mic?
Never.
So have you ever talked to the mic?
Only when I really have to, like at a wedding, and I gotta, you know, do announcements, or somebody gotta, you know, move their car or something. Other than that, no.
Sort of time out. Kenny K has never like rocked the mic at a party.
Never rocked the mic.
And
you always had hosts, like I always had, like I say, from, you know, Big Tony to Conan to Reggie Reg to Ryan and April. Everybody always talked, so I never, you know.
That's crazy.
Never.
That is crazy.
I talk with the music. So that's
I get it.
I'm not gonna get on the mic unless I really, really have to.
Right.
But other than that, no.
I've never really seen, and I'm sure it's happened. I've never seen Kenny K like upset.
Oh, I get upset. I just don't show it. I get upset.
I just
don't show it.
I've never seen you screaming. I've never seen, like, every time I've seen you, it's always been Buddy and.
Well, you know, Mike has. Yeah. No, I'm never screaming or getting loud or nothing. No.
So. One moment in our lives, and once again, if you're just hearing that, we're talking to the legendary Kenny K. I just had Conan on the podcast as well, and once again, if you haven't seen that episode, definitely a dope episode. Go back and watch the Who Is Conan. But one thing that we spoke about was 2002, X1057 comes into the market. And for those who don't know, X1057 was a radio station that I credit as really started my career. I was mixing on 90Q before that, but X1057 was the first like station to really hire me full time to get a show. So Quicksilva and my sister Lil Mo have a show, Afternoon Drive, and at the exact same time, DJ Kenny K and Conan have Afternoon Drive on 92Q. Yep. So I come out of nowhere with the 5 o'clock roadblock. And Conan admitted, for one book, we actually beat Kenny K and Conan. So I'm going to give myself a round of applause. But after us beating Kenny K and Conan for a book, these people here decided to come out with a goddamn mixtape. Yep. And the name of the mixtape was Don't Block the Road.
Yep.
Whose idea was that?
I think it was
probably
Conan's.
Yours.
No, it was my idea. Right. And Conan said, "Yeah." I told him that I wanted to do it. Right. He said, "Yeah, let's do it." And we did it.
So they come out with a mixtape, "Don't Block the Road," and now it's a picture of, because my cover was a roadblock. It's them busting through the road, Kenny and Conan stepping on the roadblock side. Yeah. So I took that personal, and me and you never really had words, but me and Conan, we had serious words. Like we talked about that. Like me and Conan for a minute, I remember calling Conan, so I called myself being a bigger man. So when the mixtape came out, I wasn't mad about the mixtape. Cause I'm like, okay, now we got real radio wars.
Yeah,
so it was a fun moment. It was a radio war, but for me and Conan, it got personal because for you never talked.
Right.
You talk with your hands. I remember on the mixtape, you had like a couple of joints. I want to say it was like, "All you other DJs,"
I did.
and you were throwing shots, but it wasn't nothing like I want to fight quick. It was fun. With Conan, it seemed personal. So he would be on the air, talking shit about me. So I called Conan the same way how you said you reached out to Mike when y'all had job. So I remember calling Conan, and I thought it was going to end up like you and Mike. And I was like, yo, the mixtape was cool, blah, blah, blah. Well, I feel like it's getting out of hand. You know what his words was back to me?
What?
Fuck you calling me for? Y'all want beef? Now you got beef.
Yeah, that sound like Conan.
Right.
Yep.
So me and him, I remember me and him fussing on the phone. So I'm like, nigga, fuck you. He like, nigga, fuck you. And, Conan don't need cuss like that. But at that moment, I thought that I remember saying to myself, and this is just me because I know where you come from. I'm like, man, this shit gonna get out of hand. That's the first thing I thought. I said, this shit gonna get out of hand because I know the guys he rolled with. I know I'm glad that me and Conan, because of course X1057 I'm going off the air, and then me and Conan we squashed all our stuff. I'm glad that it never escalated to anything else. And when they say stayed on music, for me and you, it stayed on music.
Always.
But what I will say, Kenny K is definitely one of the best when it comes to making wordplay with records.
I do some shots back then.
Did you practice that, or you just came off the top of your head with the shit?
I practiced it. Yeah, I practiced it.
The one I remember was, all you other DJs, I dare you. Yep, all you other DJs, to come against me. I said, oh shit, he's talking to me. And then my thing was doing the damn thing. So you had another song, I can't remember what it was, but it was
I still got that CD too.
I actually want a copy of it.
I got you.
So I definitely, when we finish this, I'm gonna get a copy of that. But on that joint, it was something else because my thing was doing a damn thing. But I can't, whatever record was, you were spin it back, doing the damn thing done. I'm like, oh my God, this nigga's genius. And I never was a mixtape guy. I made club mixes, but that wasn't my thing. I definitely commend you. Do you remember any other people that you feel like on the mixtape circuit you really had like y'all went with rivalries?
Yeah, Concrete. Nelly No. Me and Nelly No was going back and forth for a while.
Really?
And nobody didn't know because we didn't ever, but we knew.
Hold on. So this is a Quicksilva Store exclusive. Yeah, so Nelly and Kenny K.
Yeah, we was going at it when he came out, but nobody didn't know because we didn't, say our names, but we knew. So we'd see each other and laugh about it because I said, okay, watch, I'm gonna get you, and he come back with a CD, dissing me, but he,
right.
Yeah, we
same thing. And y'all the same type of DJ. Neither one y'all talk.
Yeah, he was doing it for a while. Yeah.
How the hell did I know this?
Yeah.
Did anybody know it?
His peoples knew, and my peoples knew. So it wasn't out of hand because we was cool.
Right.
But yeah, Nelly No, Concrete. Yeah.
How did it just phase out or just?
No, we made a CD. You know what I'm saying? Together.
You and Nelly.
Everybody kept trying to pit us against each other.
You and Nelly at the time.
Yeah, we made CD together.
Did you and Concrete ever do anything together?
No. We just battled. We never.
Who won the battle? I mean, go talk your shit. I know you don't talk a lot of shit.
I won. I won the battle.
And like I say, this is what I love about Kenny K. And just so you know, this podcast ain't about being humble. If you never ever talked your shit in life, if you want to talk it today, nobody's going to judge you, by the way. Kenny K has definitely battled a lot of people. What do you think, before I tell you my mind, what I think it is, what do you think the most memorable or legendary battle you had with another DJ?
The memorable one was Concrete.
Where was that at?
But a Shake and Bake. But the one nobody knows about was Spin. When I battled Spin.
When?
I battled Spin at Painter's Mill. When I didn't win. I was young. And Spin, yeah. Spin was nice. Yeah. That's what made me get better.
Right.
So it was Spin. Yeah, I battled Spin. People don't know that, though. I battled Spin at Painter's Mill probably 90, 91.
That's crazy.
I battled Spin, and yeah. He made me get better.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, though.
Yeah.
Another one that just happened recently, and they tried to downplay it because this is just Kenny being such a nice guy.
But that wasn't a real battle.
But
that wasn't a real battle.
So he said it wasn't a real battle. So he's talking about you versus Super DJ Big Al.
That's my little bro.
And both of y'all are two of my favorite DJs, by the way. And when I say it wasn't no battle, like no beef, but it was at the end of the day, even though you keep saying it wasn't a battle, it was a battle.
It wasn't a real battle though.
But it was. So what's a real battle?
Before. A real battle is when you don't really like the person and you trying to really get them. I wasn't trying to get at L, so that's why I say it wasn't a real battle. When I battled Concrete, I was trying to get at him. When I battled Spin, I was younger, so it was different. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really know Spin at the time.
Right.
When I battled him, like I know L, so it wasn't really a big, you know.
And I know you know L, he know you, and I know y'all are friends, and we all are friends. We love each other. But at the end of the day, that was a battle. I'm gonna tell you, it was a battle. Right. And people will argue.
Yeah, I know.
People will argue.
Oh, I battled Manny too. Was it Manny? Yeah, Manny too.
When?
I think last year down at somewhere I battled Manny, the Black Swan.
Oh, I remember that. I remember who won that.
That wasn't a real battle.
Who won that one though? Come on, Ken. I'm trying to get you to talk shit for a second. So they say you won that one. They say you won the one with Concrete, and they say you won the one with L.
Yeah, but I mean,
stop trying to be humble, Kenny.
No, I'm not being humble, but with L, it was different because you know.
So this is what I will say, and once again, we not being messy or anything. And by the way, anybody who know me, L, one of my favorite DJs, super creative. And if you haven't watched this podcast, go back and watch Who Was Super DJ Big L. One of my favorite DJs. What I would say with L, the reason why Kenny K won to me and to the audience is because L is so creative. Mm-hmm. He was too creative. Right. And he came out, I remember he came out with the Show Enough intro. And L, what he did was he was playing for other DJs. Like he came out being super creative and technical and doing stuff that me as a DJ, I remember me and Pork Chop was like, ooh, that was slick. But nobody in the crowd noticed it. Mm-hmm. Kenny K was smart. Kenny K said, I'm still going to show my skills, but I'm going to get people dancing. And you won because the energy of the crowd. The crowd, he was playing like a battle. You were playing like a battle trying to get people to enjoy having fun. Yeah. And I think that's a lesson learned, not just for y'all in the battle. That's a lesson learned for DJs that we have to find that middle balance where a lot of DJs that, and you can speak on this, I feel like a lot of DJs, when you try too hard to impress other DJs, you lose the crowd. Yep. How has Kenny K managed to be a super dope DJ?
I worry about the people, not other DJs.
But you still do a good job of showing. Like what I would say is that you rock for the people, but every few minutes you're gonna do something where a DJ gonna be like, "Oh, that nigga nice." Right. Yeah. How important is that to find that balance for an up and coming young DJ who want to get in the business right now?
You just got to go out and just, don't try to, overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Just do you and try to impress the crowd, not the DJ. But like you say, every now and then, do something, make a DJ be like, oh, okay, yeah. Right. But no, it's for the people. You know what I'm saying? Not the DJs.
How hard was that to do that on radio? Because... And before you answer that, a lot of people that watch this, their whole thing is quick. I want to be on the radio. I want to be on the radio, and then they get on the radio and they bomb. You've been known for your blends and your creative transitions, but I'm not going to do so much where I lose the audience. How are you able to find that balance on the radio?
Sometimes I act like I'm in the club, and sometimes I act like I'm on the radio. Mm-hmm. So it's like a balance. You know what I'm saying? I don't do too much, but not too less neither. So. It's a balance.
Got you. Kenny K definitely known for his blends. Who would you credit as the first Baltimore DJ to really start like the blends? And when I say blends, for people to understand, I'm not talking just going from one record, transition to the next. I'm talking taking the acapella and making it almost like a whole nother record by blending it with something else. Who would you say was first in Baltimore to really capitalize and start the blends?
For me, it would be Spin, but it wasn't really an acapella. It was two songs together, but he would make them, into one song. This, EBB. So I would say Spin and the New Marks.
Then after Spin and New Marks, who would you say?
After Spin and New Marks, it was Concrete. He was definitely, one of them ones. Main-ism.
Oh, I forgot about Main. That's my guy.
Yeah.
And Main dope, by the way. Too, yeah. Main dope.
He was another one. So
and his skill set was dope.
Yeah. It was Concrete, Main-ism, and then Nelly.
Gotcha. Yeah. You wouldn't put yourself up there?
I mean, yeah, I'm in there.
Stop trying to be humble, Kitty. I'm in there. Stop this. I'm in there shit, man.
I'm in there too. But those were the ones that,
Right. And I give credit to all of them. All of them super dope. It's crazy what I did not know. Like I say, when I first got into business, my cousin Herbie would keep throwing my face, "You're not Kenny K and you're not Concrete." I had no idea that Concrete started the whole slow jam.
Yep, he was the one. Yeah.
Until Booby told me. Booby, once again, and I don't mean to keep plugging it. If you haven't watched Who Is Booby, watch DJ Booby in my podcast as well. But when he said that, I was like, I've always, until recently when I interviewed Booby, thought that he invented mixing slow jams with club music.
Yeah, that was Concrete. He was the first one I heard do it.
That is super dope. I had no idea, by the way. All right, now, this is where we always shake the table up. And go and get ready to shake the table up because somebody's going to be mad at you after you answer this. I'm going to give you the heads up. I love, and it's crazy, I totally forgot to ask Mike Crosby this. And he's probably the only person, DJ, that's set on this podcast that I didn't ask. So I might have to do a special edition just to find out this from Mike Crosby. If I had to ask DJ Kenny K, your Mount Rushmore of DJs from Baltimore, your top 4, and why, who would it be?
Did I get 5? You need 4.
Because you DJ Kenny K and you just want legendary DJ, I give you 5.
Top, it'll be DJ Spin. Because he's the reason why, I started. At the Spin, it would be Reggie Reg, Mike Crosby, and DJ Booby.
Why?
And the 5th one would be Sean Marshall. So that's why I say 5.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So explain.
Well, Spin is the reason why, I'm a DJ. Reggie is why I'm on the radio.
Gotcha.
Mike Crosby was popping way before me. People don't know that. So I was up underneath him first. Sean Marshall, you know what he did,
right.
At Odell's. And what I say, Reggie Red, Sean Marshall, DJ Spin, and DJ Booby.
Right. Why Booby?
Booby used to let me come to his house and practice, make my tapes. He really was the one. I would go to parties with him. He would let me, play for a little while. So, yeah. So, it would be Booby, Sean Marshall, Spin, Reggie Reg, and Mike Crosby.
Gotcha.
That's my Mount Rushmore.
Gotcha.
Now, this is my top 5. It's the difference between Mount Rushmore and top 5.
Explain for somebody who doesn't.
Well, Mount Rushmore is the one that, at the top. My top 5 is the ones I like to listen to.
Right.
These 5.
Who are those 5 in case somebody can't read it?
K.W. Griff, DJ Titan, Nelly No, and Jazzy Jeff.
So I'm asking same question. Spin, we already kind of answered. And once again, I got to get Spin on this podcast ASAP.
Oh, yeah,
DJ Nelly Nell, why is he one of your favorites to listen to?
His creativity and his blends and his music knowledge is,
That's my guy. And it's crazy because
his creativity is like, I be listening to him like, damn, like, how you think of that? Like, yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, and I'm definitely going to get Nelly on the podcast. Me and Nelly started off together.
Oh, yeah?
Me and Nelly, and I was trying to say this for when I finally do my Who Is Quicksilva, but me and Nelly now met other stuff, but I had to have been, 12, 13. He lived up the street from my grandmother.
Oh, okay.
So this is back. My grandmother lived in the corner of Lafayette and McCullough. So I'm from the east side, Shady Side, Tivoli. But my grandmother lived on the corner of McCullough and Lafayette. Nelly Nell lived on McCullough Street back then. And when Nelly first started like really wanting to DJ, he would come to my house.
Okay.
Nelly would come to my house, mix in my basement. I remember buying a sampler, a Gemini sampler. Nelly Nell was the first person to show me how to use a sampler that I bought.
Oh.
So like me and Nelly got, when I say serious history, that when I sit in the chair with Nelly, like it's a lot of stuff. Because when people think Quicksilva and Nelly Nell, you never put us together.
Right.
Now knowing that we literally was together
like me and you.
every day.
When we ran 4 turntables at that party.
What party was that? I do remember that.
Party,
I remember. God damn.
Somebody put
I forgot about that till you just said it.
Yeah, we ran 4. People was like, and we ain't practiced
at all. Everybody was like, yo, how the fuck y'all do that?
Yeah, me and you ran 4 turntables.
But that just shows the creativity of both of us.
Yeah.
But you talk Nelly, now you talk Spin, Jazzy Jeff, why?
Come on.
I know why, but somebody watching don't know why.
Jeff, he's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He's another reason why we started, DJing and mixing and scratching. Yeah, Jazzy Jeff.
DJ Titan. The infamous DJ Titan.
Because I like the way he mixes, and he always do something that I would never think that he would do. And he can play, everything too.
Facts.
So, yeah, Titan.
I definitely credit, and just going back to some more hip hop, of Titan being one of the first to
definitely.
really, when the 88.9 days, him, Little Mike, they really owned the hip hop circuit on the radio before coming to the mainstream radio with the Morgan State Radio.
Definitely.
So shout out to DJ Titan, another one of my favorite DJs. KW Griff, why? I know why, but somebody might not know why.
Music knowledge, and Griff, he's another one that I listen to. Like, God damn, like, yeah, Griff is one of them ones, but he don't talk much neither.
Nobody on that list talks, but which is crazy.
That's why they my top 5.
Yep. And Griff for me, clean. That's the first thing I think of.
Yep.
Like every DJ, I don't care, how good you are, once every now and then your bling go off a little bit. You fix it.
I do it all the time.
But you fix it.
Yeah, Griff.
I've never heard Griff off. Like ever in life. Have you ever heard man like
maybe one time, but it was quick though. Like
I've never
one time maybe, but like Griff clean.
Griff I will argue
and he know music too, so that's another. Yeah.
So you ready for this? And I'm giving you a bunch of exclusive. You know how I know KW Griff? He worked at Charlie Rito's in my neighborhood.
Oh, I didn't know that.
KW Griff was the sneaker man. That's how I know Griff. So I grew up on Shady Side across from Northwood Shopping Center. Northwood Shopping Center had a Charlie Rito's over there. So when I first started DJing, there was a record store in Norfolk called Cozy Records.
I remember that.
And 3 doors down was Charlie Rito's, where KW Griff worked, and I used to go buy sneakers from. Back then, I'm buying my Adidas Foams and my Russell sweatsuits and my bikie shorts from Charlie Rito's. So when I first started DJing at Cozy Records, they were always back then. That's when Booby and Kenny B were at Hammer Jackson Sunday. So this had to been 94, 95, like mid 90s.
Right.
The lady in the record store was like, you should meet DJ. They called him. They didn't say his name was Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny.
But I can't remember. It wasn't Kenny B, but they said you should go meet DJ Kenny something at Charlie Rito's. Y'all can like collab or something and talk. So I go in there. I'm like, this ain't Kenny B. So I go back to her. I said, you sure? They're like, no, the DJ and the guy in Charlie Rito's that sells sneakers, he's a DJ. So eventually one day I go into the Charlie Rito's. I'm like, do you DJ? He's like, yeah, buddy. You know how you talk? And I was like, he's like, what's he like? But I can't remember, and it might have been Kate. I remember once again I was 13 or 14. He might have said KW Griff, but I feel like his name was DJ Kenny something before it was KW Griff. I'm gonna have to ask him that one time. But once again, Kenny K, we could talk for hours, but like you say, I really wanted to get you on the podcast. First and foremost, just to give a little history with me and you and all the things that you've done. But just to give you your flowers, man. Like I feel like a lot of times as DJs, we never get to get our flowers from our peers, or we get them when it's too late. Something happened to you, then I won't be like, Kenny was my guy. I created the Who Is podcast just to spotlight DJs, to tell your story, but more importantly, just to tell you, if nobody has told you, you're a super dope DJ, man. I appreciate that. Super dope DJ. And like you say, man of very few words, but your presence. And I think that goes to the testimony of the man you are, one, but the DJ second, is that Kenny K has never been the loudest person in the room, but always made an impact in every room you've walked in without you having to say anything. Like you've been that person that I remember, me and Sean, she was on record pools back in the day, and when Kenny K walked in, it was just. I can't explain it. When you say the aura or the it factor, and Kenny walking, he quiet, he ain't going nothing, bunch of he gonna sit in the corner, but everybody be like, that's Kenny K. But that shows you the respect level that you've earned, man. So I just want to say, on behalf of myself and all of Baltimore, man, Kenny K, you are definitely a living legend. You've been in the business for decades now. Do you see in the near future any signs of Kenny K slowing down, retiring? Never. You gonna DJ until
I can no more.
Really?
Until I can no more.
You don't have no plans for nothing else?
Music. Yeah, I just love music. So no.
I commend you on that one because I promise you, I'm not DJing for y'all. Got about another 10 of this before I hang them up and hopefully pray for God. My thing right now is turning over the torch to my son. My son, by the way, and I don't mean to do a shameless plug, but I do. DJ Sauce God. I'm gonna send you some clips. His blends, I'm not saying they better than Kenny K's or anybody's, but my son, Sauce God blends. When I show you some, and what I think I'm most impressed about with him, of course, he came to my DJ school and learned to DJ for myself. I'm most impressed with my son because he surpassed everything I taught him. Right. So what he's doing now, and these new DJs, they is light years ahead of us. So we're still mixing and blending and using stems. This little nigga mixes, and he has like 4 records at one time. With no stems, no sync button, no sync button. Like he will have a record playing, acapella, bring in another record, so he has these 3 records playing, no sync. Okay. Then he comes with another record. I'm like, yo, how do you know this, son? But like when you see your son surpassing what you told him, it's like, yeah. Okay. Did you ever want any of your kids to DJ?
Nah, my daughter used to rap, but that didn't last long. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well. All right. Once again, we're talking to my guy, DJ Kenny K. Now, of course, like I say, you know, I'm never in the business of us ever incriminating ourselves. But like I said, you were in the streets for a time. Mm-hmm. At what point did you say, you know, I want to start throwing my own parties? And who'd you do it with?
When I met Mike, Reggie was hiring me and Mike the DJ. Okay. So I said, let's start, you know what I'm saying, doing our own parties. And that's what happened, yeah.
And what was the name of those parties? I can't even remember.
We was doing Shake and Bake. I forgot what the name of the parties was, but we started doing Shake and Bake, 92 or 93.
So these were at Shake and Bake. Were these like teen parties?
It was a late skate.
Late skate. So it was adult skate.
Yep. It was a late skate. Yep.
And you feel like those parties helped elevate your career?
It did. It did a lot. Yep.
That was dope. And then also, did you most DJs back in the day, in order to be considered official, mm-hmm. you had to have your own record store, even though we never owned it. Yeah. In our mind, we always say, that was Mike Crosby's store. That's Boo Boo's store. Yep. Did Kenny K have a store?
Yeah, Boobie got me at Metro 2 in Westview. Then I went to Metro 2 in Security. Then I went to Metros down on Dolman. Then I went to Metros in the Plaza. So I worked in all the Metros.
Which one did you work at the longest?
Dang, it would have to be I don't know, because I was at one for 2 years, one for 3 years. I would say Mondawmin. I think I was down there for like 3 or 4 years.
That's crazy. And like I say, when I think of Metro and Mondawmin, I think of Mike Crosby. Yeah. I'd never, if you wouldn't have told me this, I probably like, and this is no slight, but I think Kenny K, I think mixtapes.
Yeah, because I moved around so much to all the stores. Westview was like, you know what I'm saying, my store. I would say Westview, but that ain't last long.
Right. Is that one of the reasons why y'all started your own record store?
Yep, that's the reason why. We said one of these days, you know, we're going to have our own store. So, yep.
That's super
dope.
That's the
reason why.
Man, these are all Quicksilva Show exclusives. We finally getting Kenny K to talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
This is a once in a lifetime.
Yes.
Is this your first time doing like a sit down interview like this?
This is my second interview. Yeah.
That's dope, man. So, man, I go down in history as one of the people that can say, I've interviewed DJ Kenny K and I've actually made him open up and talk. Will you believe it? Yeah. I'm not sure this will ever happen again. So, DJs, good luck on that, man. Mm-hmm. Any advice, and real quick before you wrap this, any advice that you would give to a up and coming DJ right now that really wants to break through and make a name for themselves in this DJ business?
I would say practice and do it for the love of music, not for the money, not for the fame, not for the women. Just do it because you love it, do it. And then all those things that, you know, come later on. Gotcha. The money, the fame, whatever, but just do it, you know, for the love.
That's dope, man. Yeah. DJ Kenny K. All right, man, Kenny K. Once again, where can everybody follow you on social media, support your movement?
DJ Kenny K 25.
DJ Kenny K 25. Are you still putting out mixtapes?
Yep.
So they can get your mixtapes from where?
At M&K Music Warehouse.
And that's in Security Boulevard in Baltimore. Yep. I keep saying Security Mall in Baltimore. Mall. So is there a website for that?
www.djkennykmixtapes.com.
All right, say less, man. You've been informed, man. Support my guy. This is definitely one of the best DJs that ever come out of Baltimore. And I've said it and I'll say it again. Baltimore got the best DJs. If you don't agree, definitely. Argue in the comments. Mm-hmm. Or put us up against any other city. And I promise you, definitely. Put your money up. It's not going to end well for you. Yes. Kenny K right here on the Who Is podcast. You know what it is. It's the Quicksilva Show.